Good morning everyone, my name is Kristin Raman and I head up Strategy and Innovation at Australian Gas Infrastructure Group. I wish I could be here in person to meet and hear from you all, but unfortunately that hasn't worked out for today. Australian Gas Infrastructure Group is pleased to be sponsoring GEA's International Women's Day event, and I appreciate the opportunity to be speaking among some knowledgeable experts in our field. Also, given that March 4th was International Day of the Engineer, I think it's a timely celebration of our applied expertise. A little bit about us. Australian Gas Infrastructure Group is one of Australia's largest gas infrastructure businesses. We deliver assets across the country and across the value chain. From our 1,500 kilometre Dampier to Bunbury natural gas transmission pipeline, which serves industry and also helps to keep the lights on in Perth, to our distribution networks, which service more than 2 million customers across South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland. We also own one of Australia's largest open access gas storage facilities, the 60 petajoule to Bridgie facility in WA. One of the most exciting things we're doing at the moment is delivering renewable gas projects. We know that our customers like gas. It's great for cooking, for hot water, and it's reliable, but there's an ever increasing expectation that we keep delivering emissions reductions, and rightly so. Customers expect safe, reliable energy and lowest cost decarbonisation. Renewable gases such as hydrogen and biomethane allow us to deliver this. They also help us to establish new industry and potentially new exports driving jobs and growth. As a business, we are actively developing these renewable gas projects. Our Hydrogen Park South Australia facility in Adelaide is in the final stages of commissioning, and when it comes online later this year, it will deliver Australia's first renewable gas blend via an existing gas network. Here we are installing an electrolyser to take water and split it into hydrogen and oxygen using renewable electricity. Our next step on the journey will be Hydrogen Park Gladstone, which is currently under development. Supported by the Queensland Government, Hydrogen Park Gladstone will produce renewable hydrogen, also by electrolysis, which will blend with natural gas and supply to the entire Gladstone gas distribution network. This will be the first time in Australia that an entire city network is supplied with up to a 10% renewable gas blend. This is just the start. We are already looking to the next project and aiming to have 10% renewable gas blended across our networks by 2030 and 100% conversion thereafter. These projects will also help drive decarbonisation of other sectors, such as transport and industry, and also can be the foundation for an export sector. As a business, we are responding to the changing needs of our customers and our community as we move to delivering renewable gas. We are diversifying. Diversity is important. It's important in life and it's important in business. Diverse views, approaches and thinking will deliver continuous improvements, and this is one of the things I like best about my job and about engineering. It's diverse. When I left school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I liked maths and science and I liked being structured and ordered, so I chose chemical engineering and finance to study. I considered these would provide me with options going forward to apply these interests to my career, something everyone should have the opportunity to choose. Throughout my career, I've now worked in a cement plant as an energy consultant, in energy demand forecasting for the Australian Energy Market Operator, and now with AGIG, I've worked across various aspects of the business, from economic regulation to policy and communications, and now in my role in strategy and innovation, I'm helping to deliver projects like Hydrogen Park Gladstone. I sometimes joke that being in an office, I'm not a real engineer, like I'm sure many of you are. I'm not out in the field. And to be honest, this comment hasn't really gone down well when my lecturers have heard me say it. But reality is that's one of the best things about being an engineer is you can have diverse career paths. It's skills that you've learnt in your education and the ways of thinking that should be applied and can be applied to many different roles. So you can move from steel caps to, in my case, high heels in the office. Whatever you want to do, you have the opportunity to do it and those skills can be applied. I'm thankful to those who've come before me and who have normalised women working in what has historically been considered man's role. I'm pleased that I haven't felt the need to break down barriers. My university course was diverse in race and in gender, and I've generally always encountered supportive peers and workplaces who are continually evolving through things like flexible working policies and diversity policies to ensure that those barriers no longer exist. On the odd occasion where an assumption has been made about my role, there's been nothing I like more than to respond and surprise people by speaking of my experience and what it is that I can bring to the table. And whilst I've always enjoyed this element of surprise, I'm pleased to say that it's becoming less and less a thing. I don't have the opportunity to surprise people anymore because it's become the norm. People expect diverse people in these roles. So on days like today, I think it's important to recognise how far we've all come in accepting and encouraging and facilitating diversity, and also identifying where there may be more we can still do. We certainly should expect the same opportunities as others around us. I'm lucky for me that it isn't even a consideration in the front of my mind. It's just an expectation that I have and that my peers have. Certainly, however, this is not always the case, and whilst we don't want diversity for diversity's sake, if we see something that isn't in line with our values, we should feel empowered to interrupt and to speak up. The benefits of diversity brings are too important to let things like that slide. So I think that's enough from me. There's plenty more people for you to speak to and hear from today, but I'm really looking forward to us starting construction up at Hype Gladstone and to coming up there and meeting hopefully some of you. So have a great day, enjoy the breakfast and the great speakers you have coming up, and thank you.